have I got an awesome Wednesday update for you guys. Why is it awesome, you say? Because it's Wednesday. The week is almost over, and guess what? It's been windy, so what else could that be? Episode over. See ya. Nah, just kidding. Welcome to another Wednesday episode of What's Up Wednesday. It's our daily shout out to everybody in the kiteboarding community and just the locals. And when we say locals, we mean worldwide. And we just want to say hello and tell you what our week's been like and tell you what we're up to. And you know something? This week, I'm going to share with you some industry secrets. So a lot of people that do what I'm going to show you don't want me to show you this, but I'm gonna anyway because it helps you, and that's all I'm about, is helping you guys. So again, for everybody joining us, welcome to What's Up Wednesday with your host, Roman, Siobhan, and 321 Kiteboarding and Water Sports. And I hope everything looks good, sounds good. Let me test myself. Oh, there we go, perfect. The lighting's great. Hey, Heather, how are you? All right, so let's kick this off with just what's been going on this week. Lots of great weather. We've got a cold front coming, so there's a lot of wind. Be very careful if you are riding in these kind of conditions because storms can kind of come out of nowhere, and we want you to be safe. Make sure your kites are small enough and in good shape. That's the safety briefing. What's new with the shop and us? Man, we're just excited. We're getting 2017 kites rolling in daily. And we're just excited to see all of the upgrades and just how easy kiteboarding has really become because of all the new technology that they're packing into just about every single brand. I dare it to say that there is no bad brand out there this year. Everybody's really coming strong, and you know, the lower rung brands are just working on building their quality up. Other than that, kites are pretty decent. When we were first starting, man, they could really hand it to you. But that's that. Lessons learned. My lesson learned for this week. Don't rely on electricity. I had a wonderful incident yesterday at the shop where our electrical panel kind of decided to take one for the team. And so all day it was kind of sans electricity. So it was nice to kind of get back to the roots and do things with paper and pen and everything else. So just basically don't forget where you come from. So even in kiteboarding, if you are just brand new, just remember, don't forget your safety from kindergarten. You know, look both ways and all that other fun stuff that we were taught. Just the basics, all right? Well, and that's really it, guys. I'm just kidding. I told you I was going to share something with you, and I am. So this is the weekly, like, how to do whatever, top 10. We can roll it all into one thing, but and product highlight, all in one. And if you're liking it, thank you for smashing that like button. We love that. Just lets me know that my rambling is at least being listened to, which is, you know, sometimes a good validation. So my product shout out, my product highlight this week is Fix My Kite. Fix My Kite makes valves. They're our friends over at PKS Kiteboarding in Texas, and they do some good stuff there. So this is a replacement valve. If any of you have ever bought old equipment or, you know, had equipment for longer than you probably should, you've had a valve go bad. You've pumped up the kite, it won't hold air. 9 times out of 10, this is what it is. You need a new valve. And it's scary for a lot of people. You've got to dig into the guts of the kite, and you really have to, you know, pull out the insides and almost do surgery on the thing. And don't worry, we're really good at doing it, so don't fear. You can still bring your stuff here and we'll repair it for you. But I just want to show you that it's not as scary as you think. So bear with some of the camera angles here. I'm going to show you guys how to install a Fix My Kite, or any really stick-on bladder, on a kite. You ready? Let's do this. All right, just a little bit of angles here. Bear with me, bear with me. Okie dokie. All right, so I don't know if you can see what I got going on here. Perfect. On my little table. All right, so what we're gonna do, the first thing you have to do is remove your bladder out of your kite. It's not always as easy as it sounds, and we'll get into that in another episode. But typically what happens is when your kite isn't holding air, it's because this valve has decided to just come unglued. So you have this protective layer here. Don't fear, don't cut it, don't do anything. All you're gonna do is flip it inside out, like that, and now you've exposed your main area. So give it a couple of hits, make it nice and flat, whatever you gotta do to make it pretty. All right. And you can see this valve is just peeling up and looking really nasty. You can just pull it off, but if it's sticking a little bit, you're gonna wanna use some product. We like to use 91% alcohol. It just works a lot better, it's a lot stronger, and it helps remove adhesive, all right? So we're gonna just take our valve, wipe it down with some alcohol, and it's just gonna peel right off. If for some reason yours are on better than that, which they probably aren't if they're falling off anyway, you can actually apply a little bit of heat with maybe your hair dryer, your sister's hair dryer, your mother's hair dryer, and some of you can just talk on the valve and it will be plenty of hot air. Just kidding, just kidding. All right, so then once we're done with that, we're gonna prep our surface by laying it out nice and flat. Now I've still got a little bit of bulk in here I'm gonna try to get rid of, so bear with me as I do this. Perfect, all right. Now we're nice and flat in there for the most part, not for the most part. All right, that's our normal bladder there. I, again, folded that section inside out, and this exposes the area where the old valve was. You're gonna wanna clean that and make sure it's really nice and clean. Lay it out flat on a surface and clean it with that alcohol one more time real good. Now if you're by yourself, it doesn't make it all that easy to do this because you've got to hold this nice and flat. So here's a little trick for you. Once it dries, you're gonna just take painter's tape. Painter's tape, not duct tape. And you're just gonna tape this down so it's nice and flat, and it's basically like having two hands. So I put it on the table, flatten that out. I'm gonna do the same for the other side here. Just spread it out real nice. All right, hope you can see that, perfect. Now you're gonna take your stick-on valve, and it just has Terade on the back, so you're just gonna peel that up, peel off the backing. Don't get this stuck to anything. This is like one use and it's on, so you don't wanna mess that up, right? Make sure your surface is nice and dry. If you need to use another hand to kind of spread it, you don't want to peel it back. You don't want to overstretch it. You just want it nice and flat. You're just going to put it down right in the middle, and then you're going to apply pressure from the inside out. And I work in a circle. Inside out, inside out, inside out, inside out. That's going to help get all those air bubbles out. And then I flatten it. You won't want any creases, any bubbles. If you have any of that stuff, it's not going to work right. Then once it's on nice and securely, just rub it. That kind of activates the glue. It just makes everything stick real nice. And then guess what? Peel back your tape. Give yourself a pat on the back because it is done. It's ready to go back into your kite. Now, before you start saying, oh, I'm done, celebrate good times. Most people put this back into their kite and this folds over like this. See that? See it? Kind of folds. Well, what happens when you start pumping it back up, it pops right here. So you want to make sure that protective sleeve is back over the bladder, so you've got this nice original looking bladder ready to insert back in. And here comes the secret. If you already logged off, I don't know what to tell you. I should have said the secret's coming at the end, but the secret's coming at the end. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn this inside out, like putting a sock on in reverse. So you're gonna take this top portion and you're going to just simply put it inside like this, all right? So what you're gonna have is the valve up top and all of this stuffed in, valve up top, all of this stuffed inside. So when you put it back inside the bladder, you ready? This is gonna be cool. It expands. I don't know why I'm sitting here on my hands and knees, guys. It expands. So when it does that, it'll fill up the inside of the material inside the strut, and you'll be good to go. Whew! All right. All of that blowing and hot air has made me really tired and thirsty, and I'm just kind of ready to get back to work, guys. So thank you again for joining me. Please come back next Wednesday. about 8 o'clock. I'll be here, and I'll be having another episode of What's Up Wednesday. If you haven't already, we've gotten some really good submissions for our Rider of the Month. You still got a few more days. Hit us up, email, Facebook Messenger, comments down below in the YouTube video. There you go. And just send us a picture of you riding or doing some type of water sport, and we will put you in running for our Rider of the Month. You get all kinds of cool prizes. I think this month it's going to be some really nice Waterman's type sunglasses and an outside water hat. So join us every single Wednesday, and I'm not stepping on my bladder, I promise. And we'll give you some great content. So if you liked it, smash the like button, hit thank you or thumbs up or whatever it is on whatever platform you're looking at. And that lets me know that you guys like watching this. And if you have any suggestions for content, always put them down in the comments. We love new suggestions. Guys, gals, thanks for joining. Another awesome episode. Thank you for those likes of What's Up Wednesday. See you guys next week.